And just say hi to everybody at home. Hi, guys. Okay, take your hands. I'll show you on Margaret's machine. Take your hands on the bars. You're going to go hips all the way to the right. And then hips all the way to the left. Good. And hips all the way to the right. And hips all the way to the left. And hold center. Keeping your hands on the bar. If you're little, you got to get real close to the machine. If you're tall, you can get further away. But I want you to hold your hands on the bar and scoop the spine and go hands all the way down. Now we're going to stand with our toes slightly apart and our heels together. And we're going to come up onto our tippy toes and heels down. And tippy toes and down. Was she good for you, Pam?
Yeah, except for when she tried to trip me.
Oh.
She goes around you instead of healing. But she's working on it.
Thank you. Now from there, you're going to bring your hands all the way up the bars. And you're going to lean forward, open up those shoulders. And this is called Titanic. And you can bend your knees to even get a better stretch. Pam, thanks for taking her out. Good, and bring it back. So on the machines, these are pretty easy. These are the Cadillac or the trapeze. These are the uprise bars. Here, on the four corners. On the back, we have a push-through bar. It's called a push-through because we push it through. And then we have a roll-down bar because we use it to roll down through our spine. So we're going to start with this one. Easiest way is on every single machine, it's hung to the left. And slide your hand all the way to the top and take it off the top. I have her tonight at 4:45. Lucky dog. And then our diamond is our pelvic floor. So we're going to be sitting up on our diamond with our feet on the uprise bars. So it will look like this. And sitting up as tall as you can. Bye, Pam. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, you're going to grab the bar wide. Good. And then from there, you're going to drop your shoulders down into the body. And imagine I'm behind you sitting, and I'm pushing on you so that your whole thoracic spine comes this way and tall. So now go real tall. And as you do this, pull your toes back. Does everybody feel stretching their calves and hamstrings? Now roll away from me, scooping and pulling and lengthening and roll back. And what I want is that each vertebrae, even through your sacrum, is intimate with the mat as you roll down, even if you have to pull your tail or tailbone between your legs. Bring it all the way down till your head is down on the mat and the legs are on. So I want you to tighten your legs. Good. Bending your elbows out to the side, exhale all your air, and touch right below the pecs or breast to the xiphoid process, and then inhale, arms go forward. And exhale, pull back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. And arms go forward and hold. Holding there. Take your nose and peel up, lengthening the back of your neck, and look towards your navel. Pull tail between the legs and come forward, straight arm, and bend your spine as much as you can, all the way forward. So coming up, and as you come up to it, like halfway, keep your rib cage back behind you, and you're going to touch the bar all the way down towards the mat, and slowly stack up one strong vertebrae at a time. Now sit up as tall as you can. Pull toes back, stretch out calves and hamstrings, and scoop and roll back. So I'm pulling you out of those hips, rolling all the way down. Good, keeping the legs on, arms are straight. Inhale here. Exhale, bend down for 3. Inhale forward, bend those elbows. Exhale all the way out. 2 and 1, arms go straight and hold. Shoulders are down. Take your nose to your navel, lengthening your neck. And I want you to bend your spine like a sleeping bag. So rolling that sleeping bag, trying to get it in its tight cover. Good. Hands go forward. Rib cage is back behind you. Press down and stack up nice and tall. Good. And shoulders down. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Bend, bend, bend. Pull tail. Work that whole lower back into the mat all the way down. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the bar down for 3. Inhale forward. Bring the bar down for 2. Inhale forward. And 1. Hands go forward and shoulders are down. Take nose to navel and roll up. One beautiful vertebrae at a time. Good. Go up and over. Touch down. And stack up one vertebrae at a time. So I'm going to show you something. In Pilates, when we turn our core on, a lot of times I'll say pull torso. And we in society like to hang out in our hips or kind of shrink. And so a pulling torso is like you're walking into a cool lake of water and you go, whoa! And this is up. That's a pulling of torso. And I'm going to show you, John, can I use your machine? I want to show you how that translates onto this. So I want you to be able to see my hips. So when I'm here, I could just kind of hang out, but I want to get up on that stretch. So I'm here and I'm pulling my torso, not here, but here. But when I go back, what happens, this is with everybody, is they shrink and they roll down. But what I want you to do is imagine I just grabbed you by the hips, by the ribs, and I'm pulling your body up out of your hips. So I'm pulling torso. I'm pulling and I'm C-curving. I'm pulling and C-curving. I'm pulling and C-curving. I'm pulling and C-curving. I'm pulling and C-curving down. So it doesn't look like this. Attitude and slinky dog. So there's no slinky dogs. So let's do one more, or let's do 2 more. And let's really try to get that feeling of like I'm pulling you right out of those hips. This should feel good. Okay, so attitude, huge stretch. Good. Lift it up as tall as you can. And now roll back, but don't shrink. Lengthen and pull. Lengthen. Good. Lengthen. Perfect. Lengthen. Nice, you guys. Lengthen. Lengthen. Pull tail, Karen. There you go. Lengthen. And lengthen. Don't worry about the arms. From there, curl the chin in and come back up. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Bending. Bend, bend, bend. Good, John. Good correction. Go up and over. Press down. Could you guys feel a difference? Okay. Okay. Just that slight difference.
But I love the focus.
Yeah, that lengthening.
Focus, but I haven't felt it yet, so to speak.
It's like,
Pelvic core, the whole glutes, everything's on as you're still.
and I had an instructor actually pull on me, and I was like, whoa, you know. It was a Russian instructor, Veal, and I mean, he cranked on me, and it was like, I could break here, but I didn't. Okay, let's do it again. Imagine I'm pulling on your rib cage, and I'm pulling you up out of those hips. Good, and roll down. Lengthen and C-curve. Lengthen and C-curve. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good, and then roll back forward. Good, and really bend here. Bend, 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 bend. Good, and press up and over a hot ball. Rib cage back behind you. And stack up. Good. Okay, we're going to do horseshoes. So there's no drama. I don't believe in drama at all in my life. But in here, we're going to over-dramatize this. So we're going to do what's called horseshoes. You're going to take the bar, and you could just kind of like stroll down the road and come back up the horseshoe and go back down. But I want you to think 90210 Beverly Hills, the old show, and it was just dramatized. And I want, this is the hardest thing you've ever done. And when you think it and you feel it, your abs will engage more. So you're going to take your bar wide. And does anybody know what I'm talking about? 90210? You guys are too young.
Almost.
Okay, yeah. It was like a nighttime show, but it was just, Brandon broke up with me. And I mean, it was just so over dramatized. So bar goes to the right, shoulders are down, pull tail between the legs and roll down. Good, and pull and C-curve, and pull and C-curve, and pull, and all the way down to your head's resting on the mat. Take it over to the left and come up. Good, rib cage in, rolling up. Good, C curve, like I'm punching your rib cage back behind you. Stay to the left and roll down the left. And this is why it's called a horseshoe, is you're just tracing that horseshoe with your body. Pull tail and torso and C curve. Everything's working. When you come up, don't let the springs pull you. And really suck the rib cage back. Good. And go roll them right back down. Good. Pull rib cage and then anchor that hip. There you go. So the hips are anchored and you're really working to open up that spine.
Am I being dramatic enough?
Yes. It's kind of hard for you, isn't it? Drama.
I'm trying to bring in a little left.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some good drama. But yes, drama is a little hard for me.
It's hard to buy in sometimes. I can't buy in. And back down. Good. Pull rib cage back. So I want your rib cage to go back before anything. There we go. Before anything else. So go down to the side. Good. And back. Good. Keep those legs tight. Those hips rooted down like heavy hips. Good. And use that ribs and go right back down. It's perfect. How we doing, Karen? Do you feel the drama of it? Good. Okay. From there, we're going to go to what's called the 100. The 100 is about breath. Is inhale for 5, exhale for 5. And when we do that, we're going to be tapping our hands. So it'll look like, well, the breath will look like this.
Tabletop bar like this.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is if you are tall, your bar will go to the holes. If you're shorter, I want you about 2.5 inches below the holes. And these just go lefty-loosey. So they just twist like this and lower. And then right at, you're 5'7", right? 5'6"? Okay. And feet go through the window. Go the other way. There you go. Okay. Right to the hole. And this bar is jumping a bit.
Wait, I need to go down.
You do. I had you long-legged there for a second. Your feet go through. John, will you demonstrate cleavage of toes to bar?
Cleavage of toes like there.
On the outside. There it is. So you see how he's wrapping his cleavage around the bar here. So cleavage of the toes goes around the bar. And just wiggle until you're at that measurement. Okay. Then grab your bar. And anytime you need to, rest your neck. You're going to take your nose and draw it to your navel and take your eye gaze to your quads and bend your knees into a tabletop. So bend knees in. Good. And now we have our measurement. For you guys with stronger abs, you're going to push the legs out and away until you feel those abs. But at any point it becomes too much, just bend back in. Here we go. Press the legs to a point that you feel your abs. And inhale for 5 tapping. So head is up. Good. Lift head up, look right here. Good, and come up higher. There it is. Push those legs out a little further. Are you sore?
Yeah.
Okay, hang wherever you want. Good, hinge up, higher. Good. So your breath is back here. And that makes you hinge more there. Perfect. Good, and we're doing 10 sets of these. You got it, good. Reach those arches. Good, and we're gonna go toes apart. Like this, and then reach your arches. Shoot lasers through your metatarsals. I'm not gonna pull on your legs. Toes apart, good. Reach through the metatarsals. I want you to shoot energy through those metatarsals. Good. Push those legs out. Good. You got it. You got it. Core's on. Good. Hinge up a little higher. So remember how we drop this here. Go nose to navel. Lift the head up, looking towards your quads. Bend here. There. See how it's easier on the neck? Okay, then take a break. Good. Okay, from there, we are going to go. And it's 10 sets. So it's inhale for 5, exhale for 5 makes 10, inhale for 5, exhale for 5, makes 20. And we go into 100. But sometimes it's like this. So someone in the room will have the count, and you can see them when they relax, you can relax down. And then the goal is the more that we do that, the more more control it is. So the puffing. And sometimes when we breathe, it's depending on, because we're up in the abs. So I'm doing a controlled breathing in a stressed environment. So it's diaphragmatic breathing. From there, we're going to push the bar down, and the feet are on this side of the bar. So Rose has her feet correct here. And we're going to tighten our pelvic floor, just like you're stopping the flow of urine. And then from there, you're going to lift your legs up, and you're going to lift your pelvis off the mat. Good, and go back down. Some of you guys will be able to do like Rose and go all the way over. Good, Margaret. And some of you guys will just come up a little bit. And it's up to you to listen to your body and what works for you and your back and your neck today. Good. Nice and slow. And as you're doing this, check your shoulders that they're down and that there's no tension on the neck. That's fine, just lift up.
Is that what we did yesterday?
Yes.
Can I do it without the bar?
Mm-hmm. Good. Shoulders are down. Imagine I'm standing on your wrist. Good. Perfect. Tighten pelvic floor. Neck's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And about 10 of these, but always honoring the body. Good. Keeping the legs equal if you can. Hi. How are we doing, John?
Pretty good.
Okay. Good. And when you hit your about 10, you don't have to hit exactly 10. Come on up, and let's push the adjustable bars up. In Pilates, we talk a lot, or in Sindalates, we talk a lot about windows, and that's the shape between your neck and your shoulders, or between your arms and your waist, or between your foot and the other foot. So these are called windows, these shapes. And I'll know if my hips are out because one of my windows will be closed and I'll look like this. You guys see how this window's bigger? And so when I look in the mirror or when I feel or when I'm watching my feet, I want to watch that the shape between my calves and my legs and my feet are equal, that I'm not here or here, but nice and equal. But those windows are also here. Can I use your machine again? We're going to do what's called a mermaid. For the guys, it's a King Neptune. And when we're doing this, we're going to be watching our windows. So we're going to have both feet on the bar, knees together, and we're going to watch the windows of our feet and make sure we're not here, but here. Now, for the guys, because your hips are built different, they're not open, they're closed, you can take that heel and come here if you start to cramp up in here. But here are my really important windows. I put stained glass between my elbows and my ears, here. And then when I go down, I don't break the glass. If I break the glass, it looks like this. So I want windows here. So you really draw the shoulders down and the rib cage in. And I'm pushing with this hand. This one's pushing, and this lat is pulling. So I'm here, and I'm conscious of where that bar is. And a lot of times we're so focused on our waist that we'll tuck our chin here, and we'll collapse here. Okay, so this is about going down, pausing, and coming up as slow as we go back down, keeping the hips still. Okay. Yeah, we're going to face you, Nancy. So Nancy, you got to lead us straight. Good. Check your windows. Chin stays up. I want your eye gaze up, kind of keeping that bar right above your nose.
Which hand would go?
It's whatever lands, it feels good to you. And it's different for everybody. And take it down and touch. Mouse house your waist and come back up slowly. So we're working the concentric going down and the eccentric coming up. And I want that rib cage to come in as you go over. So rib cage in deep, deep, deep. Good. And rib cage in as you come up. inhale down, and I like to fill the left rib cage with air. So push all your air here. Good. Bend here. I can't tell because of your shirt now. Bend over my hand. Yes, put your air here. Yes. Feel that? Mm-hmm. And see how your rib cage wants to pop?
Yeah, mine almost.
I'm the same way.
It's been a long time.
Whoop, like that. Like 10 to 12. You feel them?
Oh, it's more like the trochanter.
Is it digging in?
A little bit.
Okay. So these are all around the room, but yeah.
Or is there like, should you be laying on your trochanter or kind of like offset?
You're right on it.
Okay.
You're right on it. And then you have those muscles of TFL that come over, and if you got tight ITs and TFL. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other side. How'd that feel, Nancy? Okay. You did. So hands face each other, like this. Good, right overhead. Rib cage in to go down. So really pull rib cage in to tap the elbow down. Yes. And control the up bend here. Now bend here. Yes, and go all the way down, down, down. And come back up, bend. And keep your hips real still. We don't have any cramping hips. Awesome. Nancy, watch those windows. It broke a little bit, went here. So push with your right hand, pull with your left lat. And as you come up slow. There you go, Karen, you got it. Left rib in, left rib in. Bend to come up. Bend, 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 bend to go down. Chin up, bar right over the head. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, we're gonna do side stretch. And so I'll use John's machine again. When we pull our torso here, we engage muscles, we recruit muscles. But if I'm here hanging out, there's nothing recruited. So when we come, we're gonna go right hand down. Actually, we're gonna start going this way. Left foot back. And what I want is that you're grounded in both feet equally. So if you're back here, you're gonna know because this foot's gonna come off. Or if you're too far forward, this foot's gonna come off. So get right in the center. So you're in the center here, and I want you to feel the feet. So if you're in slick socks, just peel them off so you can feel the feet. But if you got sticky socks on, that's perfect. And then when we go down, we're gonna mouse house our waist. There's a Tom and Jerry mouse house underneath here. And then I'm lifted, I'm not curled thinking about my abs, I'm really lifted, or I can even look up to the mirror. And I'm gonna squeeze my inner thighs, I'm gonna tighten my Frankenstein bolts, I'm squeezing my glutes together. And when I pull my torso, it's gonna pop me here and back down. But don't try to crunch this way. So this one's just about lifting through to the mirror, like I'm gonna take my fingernails and actually touch the mirror and come down. This left heel goes towards the ceiling. And that activates your quadratus lumborum here. Instead of here, when you drop down, it's gonna be more front focused. So we're just exactly in the center. Now when you first do this, you might do this. And nothing happens. And nothing happens. Just put your hand down and press and lengthen and come back down. 12 of those. Nancy, you look concerned. This will be easy after the last one. So left leg goes back, and it's going to be hip height, and then right foot forward. Good. Ground into both feet and feel that your body's center, and then take hip on top of hip. Rose, if you need to, cushion up that greater to canter. Okay. Reach to the ceiling, or reach to the mirror. Mouse house, hip on top of hip. Good. Left heel to ceiling. And then from there, lift. Lift. And as you go down, mouse house the waist. Good. Chin up. And I'm going to have you guys even look at that right hand. Look at the right hand, and that way you don't have to worry. Do you want stickies for your feet? Yep. Okay, Nancy, remember I showed you hand down, and you can push up. Push, push, push.
Oh, I can push up?
Uh-huh. Good. I'm going to bring this one up a little bit more. Heel to ceiling. There you go. And bring this foot back. So switch legs. And this one, there you go. And heel, yes. Okay. How's it feel, Margaret?
Interesting. How much do I use this arm? Do I bend the elbow?
You can bend the elbow a little bit just to kind of cheat and get you up, just to feel. Good.
I'm trying to get that mouse out.
Dink. You
Do I
got
have
it.
it?
You do. And now just lift. Yes. There it is. These are a funky move. But you know, all of a sudden one day you'll come in and be like, check me out. I'm way up here. Okay. Switch to the other side when you hit your number, whatever number is right for you today. And each time you do it, it recruits more and more. So the more you tighten that pelvic floor, Frankenstein bolts in the sides of the glutes, and you pull that torso up, the more that you're going to be able to pop out and up out of those hips. Good. Both legs are straight. Right leg is back. Right hand is facing down. Good. Twist the right heel to the ceiling to get a little quadratus. Bink. Right there. Straight leg. You bring it back here. Go on toes, right there. Good. Mouse house the waist. Perfect. Nancy, I can hear your cushions talking to you. Your mats are talking.
Mine?
Uh-huh. Is it yours? I thought it was.
I don't think it's mine.
They just. It is, okay, it sounded like it was coming from Nancy's. Good, 12 of these. After that, we're going to hang up the roll down bar. And we're going to do swans. So we're going to do some swan preps, and we're going to bend our body in ways that it doesn't quite want to bend. So on these, you're just going to take them off, and I'll show you on Margaret's machine. You're just going to hang it long like this. And when it comes back here, I'm just going to tuck it behind the T-clip like I would tuck my hair behind my ear. And then on your push-through bars, you want one blue hooked to the top. So Nancy, come down to the next bar down, not that one, that one. There you go, and bring it down, just hook a blue. So this is the push-through bar, but right now we're gonna work on some back work, working our posterior chain. John, can I use your machine again? Yours is like my favorite today, I don't know why. Okay, the measurement is if I pull on this bar here with my left hand and I lay down, I will normally be exactly here. It doesn't work all the time that way, but that's how I get my measurement. And that way I'm not a big fidgeter. And a fidgeter would be someone, you know, has to scoot forward and scoot back a ton of times to find it. But you want this bar lined up with the uprise bar. I'm going to put anywhere from 9 inches between my heels to a little bit more. And that way my sacroiliac, my sacrum, my hips can move. I'm going to put my forehead down on the mat. So for some of you guys with tight shoulders, right here you'll be screaming. Okay, and then I'm going to pull my tail between my legs and pull my belly button off the mat and pull my rib cage off the mat. And this is a release, pull tail, navel off the mat, rib cage off the mat, and my forehead's down. And then I'm going to slide my shoulders down my back. So they're not here, but here. And eventually, we're going to come up with this. And where this does go is up here, but we don't have to do that today. When you come down, navel off the mat, rib cage off the mat, forehead comes down. So you're not here, but here. There's a reason for all this madness, I swear. It's keeping this organized.
Are we going up and down?
Yeah, the first couple times we'll just do it, hold, do it, hold, do it, hold, and then we'll progress that. Yeah, I don't know how that even got there. Let me see your bar for a second. There you go. The gremlins at night. Good. Now, wrap your thumbs all the way around your fingertips. Good. And I want anywhere from 9 inches to 18 inches between your feet. Okay, make sure you have a good grip of that bar. Pull tail between the legs. Pull navel off the mat. Pull rib cage off the mat and shoulders down, but the forehead touches. So forehead's touching the mat, and I could be able to scoop my hand right underneath you. There you go. And release. Good. Pull tail. Pull navel. Pull rib cage. Nice. Shoulders down, forehead on, and hold. So your front body is working like crazy and your back body together. And release down. Pull tail. Pull ribs. Shoulders down. Good. Now we're going to progress. Shoulders down, push down into your hands and lift your head. But keep your navel tightly into your spine and come up as high as you can for today. Now as you do this, you want to lengthen the back of your neck. So I want you to take all the wrinkles out of the back of your neck and create space. Good. So there's not a single wrinkle in your neck. Good. Now your goal is to stick your forehead back down on the mat without your belly button or rib cage touching. Good. And again, pull navel, pull ribs, shoulders down, press down, come up, no wrinkles in the back of your neck. I want you to push your crown all the way through the mirror and draw those shoulders down into the body. Nice. Good. And from there, reach your forehead down. Okay, for some of you guys, you got the flexibility. You are going to take that bar past your forehead and go all the way up. But you can't slinky dog into your waist. You got to keep it tight, like you're pulling tail between the legs the whole time. So, and the other of you guys, I'm just going to have you hold and stay without bending the arms. Here we go. Tail between the legs, navel, ribs, shoulders down, press down until those hands come up as high as you can. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Good. Suck the abs in and bend the bar and press up. Or hang there. And come back down. Okay. Keeping a good grip of that bar, I want you to scoot back about 6 inches. So wiggle back. Wiggle toes towards the alleyway. That's okay. I feel, and keeping a good zwing grip of the bar. Okay. Pull navel. Pull belly button, pull ribs, shoulders down. Good. Press down into those hands, lift up, long body, long necks. Come up as high as you can. Slowly bend the bar. And if you want, press up, but you don't have to. Just play with it. And bring it back down. Good. You got it, you got it, you got it. Good. Good, you guys. And then forehead comes down towards the mat and bar bends. Good. Do it again. Let's pull navel. Good. Rib cage. Shoulders down, lift up. Now you can either just hover right there or you can keep the length in your neck and bend the bar up. Press up. Good. Rib cage is in. Got it. Yes. Keep all this sucked up in. And come back down, forehead to the mat and push the bar. Keeping a good grip of the bar. Nice. I'm going to have you slide your legs towards the front door. Slowly, just so that bar doesn't get away from you. And so we're going to come up into standing on the floor. Nice work. Okay. Tomorrow you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what in the world? But we want to be able to go, into our back bends, keeping this tight. Any of our extension work, what happens is we sink in the hips and then we go into an extension. So we want to learn to be able to pull tail, pull navel, pull ribs, and extend from there and go back and not have that slinky dog waist where our spine process in the back of our vertebrae touch, and that's where we get fractures. So we want to keep them long and lifted and supported so they never go and touch each other in the back here. Okay, a little bit of ab work, and then we'll stretch out. So you're gonna go bent elbows. Actually, let me go fold. You guys are all pretty strong abs. Okay, so we're gonna go teaser. On the measurement of your bar, when you're laying down, it's a straight arm, and this bar is nicknamed the guillotine. There's many reasons why, but you want that directly over your neck here, okay? That's why it's called the guillotine. And then we're gonna start legs in tabletop, lower backs are down. Take nose to navel, so I'm looking here. I'm never really gonna look up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna push my legs out and come up and bend and come down. If you're worn out in the hip flexors, you can just go here and come back down. Listen to this mat today's, it's making noise too. Squeaky mats. Okay, laying underneath the guillotine bar. Arms are straight, neck is directly under the bar. Okay, start with legs in tabletop, inner thighs together, shoulders are down. Take your nose and draw it all the way down towards your navel. Good. From there, push your bar up, coming up, press all the way up, good, and hold. Right, perfect attitude. Press chest open, good. Now bend the knees in slowly, C curve and roll down one vertebrae at a time, pulling shoulders down into body. Good, and again, press up, all the way up, C curve, shoulders down. This is called attitude. Good, shoulders down and bend the knees in and C curve the spine like a slinky dog. After I told you not to slinky, you can slinky this way. This is gonna feel really good after the last one. Good, and again, press back up, pressing the legs up. Press, 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 attitude. Now if you guys with strong lower backs and strong abs, you're gonna go straight legs and press the legs towards the floor as you roll through the lower back, down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Okay, anyone having any lower back stuff going on right now? Okay. From there, if you do, just bend your knees into tabletop. Same exact move, but now you're gonna lift your legs from the ceiling. So you gotta really press down into the lower back and roll up. Straight legs lift up. Good, this is called teaser. Toes apart, heels together. So your turn, zip, and wrap, point the toes. Bink, there you go. Okay, shoulders down and roll down, and your heels and head hit the same exact time. Nice, you guys. And again, come back up. Rolling through the back, come all the way up. Nice. Reach those arches, good. Core's on, so if it come push on you, won't go anywhere. There you go, and roll down. Two more, good. Nice. And again, take it up or rest if you need to, but come on up if you can. Reach those feet. Long, long feet. Shoot lasers through those metatarsals. It's like you feel energy shooting through. Attitude and roll down. Okay, we got one more in us. Lower backs are down. Inhale here. Exhale, come back up. Good, shoulders down. Eyes open and strong. Chest forward and roll down. Nice. Heels and head hit the same time. Nice. Take your hand, leave your left one on, take your right one off, and just swing your legs towards the front door. We're going to take that blue bar and hook it around. I'll show you on John's. You're going to take it here, bring it underneath, and hook it up out of the way. And then we're going to make big loops on our fuzzies and take them forward. So fuzzy straps go all the way forward, and I'm not going to make you guys hang and do all the crazy stuff we were doing in the last class yet. But
Next.
yeah. And we're going to go right foot in left strap. So it's right foot and left strap.
Standing.
Standing. You could probably be down and do it. And we're going to go foot right. Yeah. Foot right against the bar. Good. Heel on bar and pull toes back. So pull. Yeah. Shoot your heel right through the bar. You might be tight in the hamstrings. Oh. There we go. Okay, and then straighten the leg. Is it okay on you though? Okay. Heel goes in the bar. Keep left hip forward. Nancy, left hip forward. So you want your hips straight forward. So our pelvis is a bowl, and we don't want to spill water or energy out. We want to keep it straight on. Now take your tailbone, and don't let it curl under because your leg's up, but put your tailbone back behind you. Call it stinging like a bee. Tailbone's back behind you. Shoulders are open. Chest. Good. And just by pushing into that heel and pulling straight back with your tailbone, two dynamics for pulling that leg. If you're not feeling it, let me know. Everybody feel it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Keeping that left hip forward so you don't spill out. Go nose to knee, but never let go of the machine. Just walk your hands forward. So the only rule on Cadillac when you have your feet up in straps is you can't let go. It doesn't end pretty. It's like instant split.
Is it okay to round the spine?
Yeah, and this one you can round. The first one's flat and then this one's round. From the tailbone up, walk up the spine, articulating it one vertebrae at a time. Breathe. So a good mantra as you're doing this is, it's good to stretch, and it's okay to stretch because your muscle will be going, I don't know, and it's like, it's good to stretch, and it's okay to stretch. Okay, from there, you're light on your joints, and we're just going to turn towards the front door. So never smear the knees, very light on the joints, and our hips now go towards the front door. So the heels in the bar, and the toes pull back, and your sit bones that you can ride a horse, you get your sit bones sore. When you ride a bike, your sit bones get sore. I want them equal, like you're on a horse. You're going straight forward. Good. Right hand comes up, but the shoulder is down. So you don't want to be here, but here. Holding on to get up and over and stretch out that side body. Good. Go a little deeper. And then from the tailbone up, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Bend the right knee. So bend it really big. Bend, bend, bend. And as you bend it, you're going to turn it now towards the floor. So it turns towards the floor and your hips face the back of the machine. You're going to take your right hip and get it lower than your left hip. Now remember that when we were working on our swan preps and we were pulling tail between the legs and rib cage in? Same thing here. Pull tail between the legs, rib cage in. And now sink by bending the left leg. Now if that left knee goes past the cleavage of your toes, jump forward more. Still leading with the right hip, dip lower, but keep everything tail tucked, navel in, rib cage in, so you know you're not collapsing into it. So you're looking for a huge right hip flexor stretch. Good, so here, you got it, and lift this up a little bit. Let's keep this down. Now lift your body and look in the mirror. Yes, do you feel this here? Stretching? A little bit. Okay, come up with your body a little bit more. Right hip down, tuck. So you're in that extended body, but you're feeling that stretch here. To get out of it, relax your foot, bend your knee, and let your foot fall to the floor. Nice, and we'll turn it around. Did everybody feel? Kind of getting a feel for it? Did you feel it at the last day?
Yeah.
So it's that whole extension, but stretch.
For me, more subtle lengthening.
Yeah.
Than a big.
Big stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, left leg, right strap. Well, that one went right in. Okay, so how are we doing, Karen? There we go. Okay, hips straight forward. Look down at your right foot and make sure it's turned out slightly. And in Pilates, everything is done from this Pilates stance. And it's actually a German military stance when Joseph Pilates was in the military, so that's where it comes from. But it's also better on the knees. You just don't want to walk around like that. Okay, round down, go nose to navel. Go a little deeper. Breath is in your back. From your tailbone up, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come up nice and tall. And then easy on your joints, light on your joints, and turn. We're going to face Nancy's direction. And then make sure that right foot turns out in the Pilates stance. Get your sit bones equal, like you're sitting on the saddle of a horse. Nice. Good, you guys. Good. Kind of driving that left sit bone down. Right hand comes up, shoulders down, smiling, and take it over, holding on. Hold on just in case it doesn't get away from you. Open up that whole side body. Good morning, Trish. Stack it up nice and tall. Bend the left knee underneath you. So bend left knee and then tilt it under. Good. Push the foot onto the bar. Straight left leg. Left hip lower than the right. For you long-legged people, jump forward with that right foot. And that way that cleavage of your knee doesn't go past the cleavage of your toes. And drop down into it, pulling tail, pulling ribs. And get a huge hip flexor stretch. Lengthening, pulling tail. Good, and bend that right knee. So John, go left foot right against the bar. There you go. Bend right knee. Good. And to come out of it, when you're ready, bend and let the knee drop down and the foot relax. Oh, Naomi. Okay, turning around, we've got one last stretch. Feet go on the bars here. I'm going to do it from this side. You guys are going to do it from that side. Feet go here. Lean back. This is called the spread eagle stretch, our last stretch. Good. And tailbone back behind you, sting like a bee. Good. And then step your feet underneath you. We're going to step down towards the front door. Let me get this guy to. I'm like invisible or something. I'm just so good with electronics. I was going to try to turn it off. Let me just turn it down. Okay. So standing there, I want you to feel your feet, that you're equal between both feet. And maybe step a little wider. If you tend to be lightheaded, I want you to keep your eyes open. But if not, you can close your eyes. And we're going to scan the body starting from the top of the head, and we're going to work all the way down through. And what you're looking for is dark areas, knots, tension, and you're going to breathe into those, and with your exhale, you're going to dissipate them. Here we go. Opening the eyes, 2 and 1. Nice work, you guys. Shake everything out. Okay, to reground you and your nervous system, one small jump, and if you want, one big jump. And you guys are done. Nice work. Right on, you guys. Sweet. So we got mat class next. Mat class is a free add-on. So you're welcome to stay, or you can take your fuzzy straps back and spritz down the machine. When you're spritzing down your machine, spritz the rag. Otherwise, you hit your neighbor. So, and the spray bottles are back left. Bye, guys at home. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.